Whoa! Oh! This is awesome! Hey, you! Hey! That doesn't belong to you! Wait a minute! This is the book! This is not the lab, this is the book! Where's the lab? With this lab, we're rich again. Take that, bear. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to my review of Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is the 20th Marvel Cinematic movie, and the second featuring Ant-Man as the main character. So it's the second Ant-Man film, and also a follow-up to Captain America Civil War, and at the end, a very small precursor into Avengers Infinity War. They kind of tie each other in at the end, and then that should hopefully tie into Avengers 4 next year. So, anyway, Ant-Man and the Wasp. This one was good, very good, but I can't say it's one of the best entries in the series. This is probably I wasn't the biggest fan of Civil War, so yeah, sorry guys. So I would say this is the weakest installment of the series since then. Sorry, neither of them are the weakest in the whole series, full stop. They're just ones I don't consider stronger entries. I find them weaker entries in the series. I think everything I would consider better than Ant-Man and the Wasp is at worst very good. I think this one is very good, but I don't think it's amazing. I think it's good. Same with Civil War. I don't find them amazing. I find them very good, but not bad. Just very good. I have some minor gripes with Civil War. In this one, well, minor, personally, it could be a bit higher than minor. This one, not so much. I think. I'll just get the issue out of the way quickly. The FBI in this film are basically the CIA from the Bourne films and Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, as I complained about them in Fallout. I was saying, oh, they're gonna do this again. So I was complaining about them in that review, and yeah, basically in this film the FBI are doing what I was complaining about what the CIA was doing in the Bourne films in Mission Impossible 5, and a little bit of 6. But yeah, and this time it's the FBI being dicks. Next time it's the DEA, isn't it? The DEA are gonna be dicks in, I don't know, Harry Potter, no, Fantastic Beasts. The DEA are going to pop up in Fantastic Beasts and be all dickish to wizards and all that, I don't know. Or someone from the DEA is going to pop up from, or FBI or some other American agency, and it's going to pop up in Venom or in Toy Story 4 or something, and just be all dickish in something like that. I don't know. One of these American organisations are going to pop up in another film and be dicks again, just like in the Bourne films, just like in Mission Impossible 5, and a little bit of 6, and just like here, and a little bit in Bond occasionally, especially in Quantum of Solace. At least we know the KGB were villains in that series, or allies in some cases. At least when those films were being made, Russia was looking worthy ones like, we're not certain about your intentions, so kind of on a sometimes you're goodies, sometimes you're baddies kind of thing. With the CIA, FBI and all those other guys, they're supposed to be goodies, and yet they keep being dicks to the heroes. So that's my big complaint about this film, the FBI stuff in this film. Besides the house arrest stuff. The house arrest stuff, okay, but then going after Hope and Hank, that pisses me off. And them just being a big part of the story outside of the house arrest stuff. Get out! You're basically becoming the CIA, as I mentioned, you're basically becoming the CIA from the Bourne films. And I had enough of the CIA from the Bourne films. I've had it with them. And the fact they were doing Mission Impossible 5 so much as being dickish in that film, is another reason why I wasn't completely looking forward to Fallout, and the fact that they weren't in it that much and weren't as dickish in that film is probably another contributor to why that film is so good. This film, there is big FBI amount. I think that's probably why Mission Impossible didn't have it as much. Okay, Ant-Man has it. Just change the organisation. Okay. Okay, now that I've got that out of the way, on to the actual film. And I know what you're going to say. It's just part of the story. I don't care. I had enough of it. I've had enough of this stuff. I don't want them doing this again in any film. And also, Avengers 4 have everybody pardoned for all the stuff that happened in Civil War. Pardon them. We can't carry on this universe like this. No, we can't keep hunting down the heroes. We can't keep calling them criminals. We've got to solve this by the end of Avengers 4. Pardon them, forgive them, and let them be who they are without fear of everyone saying, no, 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 or shut up. Or all that shit. Being hunted down just because. In fact, they just made up an excuse for Hank and Hope for this film. They can probably make up excuses. Heck, the excuse they had was, oh, you had some of their tech. So if Tony Stark went rogue, would they go after Pepper and Stark Industries? Okay, fair enough, Tony would probably use his own tech, but they probably don't care. They'd probably go after Stark Industries anyway. Or what if Black Panther went rogue and they like, okay, let's arrest Shuri because she gave him the tech. Bullshit! Isn't it? And that basically, that bullshit is the same as this bullshit. Other than that, the story is actually really interesting. Okay, whilst under house arrest, Scott hasn't been in contact with Hank and Hope because the FBI is looking at them because he used their tech. Bullshit. So, eventually he calls them after having a dream about Hope's mother, and therefore they have to hire him back to kind of help them rescue her. Whilst at the same time, this mysterious ghost is trying to get to Janet because she needs her to help save her life because she would kill people. And also this weird business guy who's trying to get all of the Hank Pym stuff for himself to sell. And then of course there's all that bullshit FBI stuff, and there's all the stuff with Luis and the gang and with Scott's family. It's just becomes a bit of a convoluted mess at times. So they don't need that business guy person besides the one scene that they need to get the equipment they needed at the start. After that, they didn't need him again. He just could have just gone, and the fact he was in contact with an FBI agent who just turned out to be a very minor character and not that main character, that main one that was popping around, makes that subplot even more bullshit. So some of these subplots are pretty bullshit. The main story is really good, and some of the character side moments are really good. The opening was very nicely done as well. I thought that was pretty sweet, and Scott playing with his daughter, that was fun. Especially as Luis has to become the ant. Has to play the ant. And also the fact that Scott is able to get back to his house quickly to appear to the FBI agents that he is still there. See, this part of the FBI subplot is okay because this is the house arrest subplot. This is okay. Everything else, bullshit. So it's great that he's able to do that so quickly. That's so good. And his daughter is also really good in this film. She was very good in the first film, but this film I think she's stepped up, both character and acting wise. So well done to the actress. And yeah, acting wise it's really well done, particularly from our three main leads as well as the villains. Well, quote unquote villains. These are probably the least villains in the MCU. This year we've actually been having some very relatable, almost sympathetic villains this year, haven't we? With Killmonger being kind of we can understand where he's coming from, and Thanos the same in a way. And now this one, actually kind of wants her to succeed in some way, just a little bit. That being said, she does go about it like a bit of a wrong way, and her helper, to say, kind of comes up with other suggestions, is trying to do it kind of a different way, or trying to find another way. But she's stubborn because she has nothing left to lose. She is dying. So at the end, she does get saved by Janet, who is able to save her, as well as Hank in the Quantum Realm. This is also another really visually great film, due to all the shrinking and growing. That's all really done well, and I think the problem with the plot, besides the bullshit subplots, is that it's focusing mostly on trying to retrieve one thing or another, other than the trying to rescue Janet stuff. I think what I mean is that they're trying to recover a piece of equipment, or they're trying to recover the lab or something. It just keeps getting twisted and turned. So they're just chasing these things quite a lot. And yeah, but I can safely say it's an enjoyable film. There is a lot of humour, there is a lot of laughs, especially from Luis and the Scott's other friends, especially with the True Sound stuff, although the joke does go on for quite a bit of a while. But it's still really good, and it's nice to see Luis taking a bit more of an active role in this film, although the three of them did have quite a bit to do in the last film. This film, I think Luis has a bit more action role in this time round, and that's pretty good. And also, the other two help him save his life at one point from the business guy and his helpers. So it's great for them. They do a really good job. I like these guys actually. They're three of the best characters in these series. So yeah. Whether they got turned into dust at the end, like all three members of the Pym family, is uncertain. As well as also that probably a guy from television on the special broadcast. Yes, stay through the credits. Through the credits, you get something that you got this tie into the Infinity War and the what's going to happen in Avengers 4, and you've got a very funny moment at the end. The ending itself before that is also very sweet. Scott achieves his 2 years of house arrest, no problems. Well, apparently, wink. And the Pyms set up their new house elsewhere. And yeah, it's a very nice ending. Yeah, it's a very nice ending. I don't really... Yeah, it's a very nice ending. And it's a good film, but there are some plot things I thought weren't so great. Bullshit subplots, unnecessary subplots in some case, and quite a lot of meandering. So, yeah, there is some nice tie-ins from the first film, there are some nice callbacks to Civil War, but overall, I think this is a slightly better film than the first one. I think the first one wasn't so great. But I thought it was still very good. This one I think is a step up from the first film, and in a way, and a lot more enjoyable than Civil War for me personally. But in terms of quality, I think in terms of a film, Civil War's a better story and is better executed. But personally, shut up! But personally, I prefer this one just a little bit more. Of course, like that being said, they are two of my weaker films on the list, as I mentioned. But it's still this one's still a very good film, and I do recommend it, especially if you like the first film. and you want to see what happened to Ant-Man after Civil War and before Avengers 4, presumably while some of the stuff in Avengers 3, Infinity War, was going on. I mean, the ending pretty much is would be around the same time as the ending of Avengers 3, and would be tying into Avengers 4, similar to the post-credits of Infinity War tying in with Avengers 4 and being set at the same time as when everybody else was dying / being turned to dust just not too long before then. So, yeah. So that's it for my review of Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm going to give it a very low 8 out of 10. Very low. Not terribly low. I would not put it lower. I would not put it behind Early Man. I put it above that. Probably put it above Darkest Hour and maybe Tomb Raider. Anything else? I think but everything else would be higher. And also, I probably would rank Ocean's 8 a little bit higher now. It's a 9. Maybe Deadpool 2 would be a lower 9 as well. Maybe. And I think Civil War, I think I gave that a 9 in my Blu-ray review, but if I was to do an actual review of that on Nicholas Payne Extra or Nick Payne Extra, that would probably be an 8, or maybe even no, I don't think it'd be a 7, it'd be an 8. Now, not a 9. Power of the Daleks would still remain at a 9, but Civil War, no, that one has to go to 8. I'm sorry. So, yeah, but we're not talking about them, we're talking about Ant-Man and Wasp, apparently. So, that's it from me. Hopefully the next review will be Hotel Transylvania 3. Expectations are that it will be good and funny just like the other two, but nothing spectacular. It's probably going to be a 7 or an 8 out of 10 like this one. Might be better than this one, but we'll see. But that's the hope. I hopefully see it this weekend, we'll see. If not, oh well. Again, I'd probably review the other two at some point as well. The second one would be on this channel because it was a 2015 one. But the first one would be on the Nicholas Payne or Extra or Nick Payne Extra channel. So that's it from Ant-Man and and Ant-Man would probably go on this channel as well, as would Avengers Age of Ultron and other 2015 films from that ranking I did back in 2016. A new ranking would probably follow. No promises though, but they might come later. Might have to rewatch some that I don't have. So, and some I haven't re-seen. Anyway, that should be all. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. For reals this time. Bye! Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne YouTube channel. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here and welcome to my review of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Just sorting this out. So, yeah, just kind of go. Alright, here we go. Nope. Okay, starting again. What the CI complaining? What the CI in this at the moment? Blah, fuck. That doesn't belong to you.